Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we're going to be testing out the new Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic Palette. It looks so beautiful. I love the soft pink packaging and the color story is stunning. It's kind of giving like an updated ABH Modern Renaissance, and all the shimmers are super shifty. They look really sparkly. They just look beautiful. I feel like it's like that perfect mixture of like if you like neutral but you also like color and you just love that in between. This is delivering. So in today's video, we're going to start off with some live swatches. We're going to do an eye look, and then at the end, I will give you my first impression thoughts. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So the first shade in the palette is called Admire, and it's just a really pretty, like kind of soft, pinky, rosy matte shade. We've got Romantic, which is like an iridescent, yellowy green shifting shadow with like a peach shift as well. But I would say that's definitely more of like a satin. It doesn't have any glitter to it. It's not super intense, super metallic. It's definitely a little bit softer to the touch. And then we've got the shade Intoxicating, which is a really light gray, pinky, muted beige tone. And it looks lighter on my finger than it looks in the palette, but I think it's just because the palette has kind of like this tan background. Next we have the shade Captivating, which looks like a really pretty like pinky golden metallic shimmer, just super, super intense. We've got Timeless, which is a like mustardy brown matte, super pretty. And then we've got Charming, which this definitely has like a strong shift of green and pink and gold. It's so, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's so pretty. Next we have the shade Seductive, which looks like it has some different shifts of green and some gold as well. We've got Rich, which is such a pretty multi-chrome. You've got some pink, some purple, some blue, green, gold. Like you can see there, the base is very purple, but then it just has so many different shifts going on. And then we've got Magnetic. This one is more of like a deep green base with a purpley mauvey shift to it. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Next we have the shade Allure, which is the last satiny shade in the palette. It's kind of like this deep bronzy green, and then everything else is going to be matte. So we've got Lover, which is a very red toned brown matte. We've got Devotion, which looks a little bit more like a coral. To me, I feel like this palette looks pretty springy, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Aren't the seasons switched in Australia? Am I crazy? Next we have the shade Cherish, which is a like mid-tone purple matte. And then we've got Intimate, which is a little bit of a deeper purple matte. And then last but not least, we have Passion, which is a deep, like true brown matte. So there is the entire palette swatched out. It is truly beautiful. I feel like I'm most excited about these shades here. They're just so, so shifty, but overall it looks stunning. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So let's go ahead and throw this on the eyes. So I feel like looking at this palette, the shade that is calling to me the absolute most is Rich. So I think I'm gonna kind of try and build a look around that. I'm gonna start off with the shade Intoxicating. I'm gonna try and see if I can use that as like a really soft transition shade through my crease. Just gonna throw that right here with one of my Singe Beauty brushes, but it's not really showing up that much. It is a very pale shade. Okay, that did pretty much nothing. So let's go ahead and grab some of the shade Cherish, and I'm just gonna use that on the same brush, but just gonna start that off in the outer V and then kind of blend it towards the crease. It is gonna show up a little bit lighter now because I did already add a shadow that's super, super soft. If I had just started off with this, it would probably be a little bit more intense. So kind of just building that up on the outer V and then whatever's left over, bringing through the crease. Looks really, really soft, but I kind of feel like it's because of the first shade I went in with. Maybe let me grab something a little bit more dense. Grabbing a BK Beauty 211, and I'm gonna pack that on the outer V and basically just do the same thing again, but just building it up a little bit more. I also used a different eyeshadow primer than I typically use because I could not find my favorite. Maybe we can go in with some Intoxicating on top right here instead of underneath. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think that's the problem. Intoxicating, you guys see how pigmented it is? Like, I'm putting it on top. It's literally canceling out the purple. So yeah, I slightly regret starting off with that shade. Now I'm gonna go into a little bit of the shade Intimate, and I'm just going to deepen up my outer V just a little bit more, but I'm not gonna bring that shade into the crease quite as much. Just kind of circling it right here. So pretty. It's like super, super vibrant orchid purple. Just realized that that shade pretty much matches my sweater perfectly. Just to add in another shade, I kind of want to go into Admire, the like first pink, just a little bit with my big, with my big fluffy blending brush, just kind of bringing that into the crease a little bit more, just to add a bit of extra pink. And I'm also just going to bring Admire along the entire lower lash line. I think next I'm going to go into a little bit of Captivating along the lower lash line as well, just because it's so pretty. I'm just going to pop it on the inner half right over Admire. For the inner corner, I'm going to go into the shade Romantic. Just going to pop it on right here. Definitely has, like I said, a softer finish, because looking at it, you might think it's similar to some other shades that Glaminatrix has done, but I feel like their other more iridescent multi-chromes are more intense. So just kind of throwing that on and blending it into the crease a little bit. And now we can go into the star of the show. We're gonna go into the shade Rich, which I'm so excited about. I'm just gonna pick it up on my finger because I feel like it's gonna apply beautifully like that. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. Just gorgeous. The green shift is showing up so much. And I'm just tapping it into the outer V a little bit. And then I'm just gonna go back into the crease brush that we used originally and just slightly blend over the outer V. And that is pretty much the eyeshadow look. I feel like it turned out so cute. The shimmer on the lid is pretty much exactly what I expected from how it looks in the pan. It's beautiful. So really quickly off camera, I'm gonna throw on some mascara, probably some lip gloss. I already basically did everything on my face, and I'll be right back. So I just threw on a little bit of the Ilia mascara and then also the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Opal, which is so, so beautiful. 10 out of 10 recommend. So let's talk about the palette really quick. I mean, I feel like I kind of already told you guys I really like the way the look turned out. I think it's beautiful. I feel slightly, I don't know, I almost wish that I could just do this look again to give you a different opinion, because I went in with this Intoxicating shade first, like just to try it out, and it's definitely way too light to be a transition shade. I feel like that kind of impacted the way that the other mattes applied. Even though they did blend well and it ended up looking pretty, I feel like it could have been a little bit more intense without that first shade. However, I think that it's kind of nice to have that because it is bright, and maybe I'll use that to do like a full purple matte look. And I think that could be really, really cute with this palette. But overall, I feel like the shimmers look super, super pretty. Very happy with them. Very happy with the color story. I can't wait to play with it more. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.